Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Now let us look at this here. What fraction of a clockwise revolution does the hour hand of a clock turn through when it goes from 3 to 9? So what fraction we need to answer? Okay, we are going to answer as it half or 3/4. This is how we are going to answer with respect to the revolution in a clock. So here from 3 to 9. So starting from 3 and you reach till 9. So what revolution do you see? It is starting from here and moving till here. So this is half of the revolution. So I'm writing it here. Half revolution. I'm just writing REV as a short form of revolution. Okay. Now in the second one, from 4 to 7. From 4 to 7. What part do you see? Here we are making angle of 90 degree. So angle of 90 degree is 1/4 of a revolution. So this is 1/4 of a revolution. Now from 7 to 10. From 7 to 10, that means we are making an angle of 90 degrees and again it is 1/4 of a revolution. Now it says from 12 to 9. Make sure that you always revolve, you always start to move in the clockwise direction. Never go in the anti-clockwise direction. Why? Because if you start from 12 and you are moving in this direction, you will say the answer is 1/4, which is a wrong answer. Okay? Starting from 12, this is how you should move in a clock, that is in the clockwise direction. So how many revolutions have you made here? You have made 3/4 of the revolution. Is that right? So you have made 3/4 of the revolution. Now coming to the next one here, we have 1 to 10. So starting from 1, moving in the clockwise direction and ending till we reach 10. So what is this part of the revolution? It is again 3/4 of the revolution. I hope this is clear to you how we are taking these revolutions. Now last one is from 6 to 3. So from 6 we are going to move in the clockwise direction and we reach 3. What part of the revolution is it? It is again 3/4 of the revolution. Why? Because 3/4 of the revolution is, I'll just quickly write down the revolutions here. If you take 1/4 of the revolution, it is 90 degrees. If you take half of the revolution, it is 180 degrees. If you take 3/4 of a revolution, it is 270 degrees. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's discuss the second question. Where will the hand of a clock stop if it starts at 12? So where is it starting from? 12 and makes half of a revolution clockwise. So where are we moving? We are moving in this direction, that is clockwise, and I need to just stop as soon as I'm making half of a revolution. So where do you see the minute hand has stopped? It has stopped at 6. So this is the answer. After making half of a revolution in the clockwise direction from 12, it has come to 6. Now can you think of this, if instead of saying clockwise, if we have started from 12 and we have taken the anti-clockwise direction, do you think the answer will change then? I'm repeating my question. Say you are starting from 12, you are making half of a revolution and this time you are moving anti-clockwise. So where will you stop? The answer is that again you will stop at 6, no matter you are moving from clockwise or anti-clockwise. You are just moving 180 degrees. You will always face the opposite end. Okay. So the answer will not change. It will be still 6 because both the time we are ending up after making a half revolution. Now it says starts at 2. So I'll just mark 2 at first. So this is 2. So starting at 2 and make half of a revolution clockwise. So from here, if I start clockwise and I make half of the revolution, where will I stop? I will stop at 8. I hope you are very much clear with this, how we are getting the answers. Moving ahead. Starts at 5. So let us put an array here. Start at 5 and make 1/4 of a revolution. I hope you remember 1/4 of a revolution means 90 degrees turn we are taking and in the clockwise direction. So here if you see, you will end up at 8. Is this clear? If we are making 1/4 of a revolution, that is 90-degree angle we are making, that is a right angle. From 5 we will end at 8. Now the last one is that if we are starting from 5, and we are making 3/4 of a revolution. 3/4 of a revolution means we are going to make 270 degrees. How much is it? It is 3 right angles. Is that right? 3 right angles together make 270 degrees. That is 3/4 of a revolution. So starting from 5, in the clockwise direction, if we stop at 3/4 revolution, we will see the clock has come at 2. So the clock hand has come to 2 after making 3/4 of a revolution. Now let us see question number 3. Here in question number 3 it says, which direction will you face if you start facing east and make half of a revolution clockwise? So where are we going to start from? Which direction will you face? You need to say which side you are facing. Okay. If you start facing east, so this is the direction we are looking at. This is our direction of our face. We need to make clockwise direction. That means we are going to move from here and we are going to move like this. And after half revolution, we have stopped. So what direction are you looking at? You are looking at west. Is this clear? Now the next one. Starting from east, if we take 1.5 revolution. 1.5 revolution means 1 complete revolution, that is of 360 degrees, and half more. Half of a revolution is 180 degrees. So this is the total revolution that we need to take. So starting from east, let me just complete one whole revolution. This is one complete revolution of 360 degrees. And I'll take half more. So where do I stop? I stop on west again. Is that right? And again, make sure that you're moving in the clockwise direction. Now here, starting from west. So this time we are facing this side. This is the west direction. We are going to make 3/4 of a revolution. That is 3 right angles measuring 270 degrees. So we are now going to take a revolution anti-clockwise. So starting from west, moving anti-clockwise, taking 3/4 of a revolution, we are standing facing towards north. I hope you have understood this well. Now in this one, the D part, south, we are facing south and make 1 full revolution. Okay. So from south we are making 1 full revolution. I don't know which direction we were supposed to move. So I'm just moving clockwise. So where are we? We are still on the south. But the question asks you one thing more. Should we specify clockwise or anti-clockwise for this particular last question? So what do you think? If you start from south, you go anti-clockwise or you go clockwise direction, anywhere you go, you will still end up looking yourself at south. So it does not matter. So the answer is no, it does not matter. Why? Because no matter either you are moving clockwise or anti-clockwise, you will still end up looking at the south direction. Okay. Now let us come to the fourth question. What part of a revolution have you turned through if you start facing east? So this is where we are going to start, and turn clockwise to face north. What they are saying, we need to turn clockwise and we need to end up facing north. So what do you think? How many revolutions have we taken? It is 1 right angle, 2 right angle and 3 right angle. So measures 270 degrees. So it is 3/4 of the revolution. I hope you are confident with this as your answer. Why we have taken 3/4 as the answer? Because we have started from east, moving in the clockwise direction, and now we are facing north. Let us look at the second one. We need to start from south. This is where we are pointing. We are facing the south, and turn clockwise to face east. Again, turn clockwise to face east. What part of revolution do we make? We make 3/4 of the revolution, right? Now let's see the third part here. It says that if we are facing the west and turn clockwise to face the east direction. So what do you think? What part of revolution is this? This is 180 degrees, or we should say half revolution. I hope this is clear. These are two right angles. That is 180 degrees, which is a straight angle, and thus it is half of a revolution. Now let us see one example, one question with the clock. Find the number of right angles. Here the question, I'm sure you can answer it, but make sure that you are very much careful how they want you to answer the question, okay? It is not that whether they are asking you to write the answer in angles and you are writing in revolution. So be careful about this, okay? Find the number of right angles turned through the hour hand of a clock when it goes from 3 to 6. So starting from 3, we are going to move clockwise. Always when it is not mentioned whether it's clockwise or anti-clockwise, make sure you always move in the clockwise direction, okay? So from 3 we are going to reach 6. So how many right angles? Here we need to write number of right angles. So what is the number of right angle? It is 1 right angle. So this is your answer. It is 1 right angle. Now the second one, where it says that you need to start from 2 and you reach 8. So how many do you see? How many right angles? From 2 to 8, it is complete. It is half of a revolution. It is 180 degrees. It is a straight angle. So straight angle is basically 2 right angles. So I hope this is clear why it is 2 right angles. Now the last one, it says starting from 5 and we are going to reach 11, right? So starting from 5, if we reach 11, we have again taken 2 right angles. Why? Because we have taken 180 degrees turn. Right? Now, if we are starting from 10 and we are reaching 1. So, how many right angles do we see here? It is 1 right angle. I hope we are good with these kind of questions. You are feeling confident with them. From 12 to 9. This time it's a bigger angle. We are starting from 12 and we are reaching 9. Be very careful. We cannot move in this direction. No, it is anti-clockwise and a clock should always move in a clockwise direction if we are not given specifically that move in anti-clockwise direction. Only then we have to be careful that if it is mentioned in the question that move anti-clockwise, only then you have to move anti-clockwise, or else every time you see if it's written from 12 to 9, that means you should follow the clockwise direction. Okay, so here from 12 to 9, how many right angles do you see? We have total 3 right angles. Why? Because this is 270 degrees, which is 3/4 of a revolution. Now the last one, it is saying that we are going to move from 12 to 6. From 12 to 6. So it is simple. It is a straight angle which measures 2 right angles. So I hope you are clear with this, where and how we have to write the answer. Make sure if it is saying that number of angles, so you have to write 1, 2, 3 in your answer. If it is saying what part of the revolution, so it is basically in fraction, so it is 1/4 of a revolution. So you say it is 1/4 of a revolution or half of a revolution, etc. Now let us see the next one here. How many right angles do you make if you start facing south and turn clockwise to west? So where are you starting? You are starting from south. How many right angles? Again, we are going to say the number of angles that we are making. Okay. So how many right angles? When you start from south, you turn clockwise and you face west direction. So we have made 1 right angle. Is this right? We have just made 1 right angle from south to face towards west. Now in the next one, they are asking us to move in the anti-clockwise direction, and we have to start from north. Moving anti-clockwise, we have to move till we reach east direction, right? So how many right turns do you see? Clearly we have 3 right angle turns. So 3 right angles. Now it says that we need to start from west. So starting from west and turn to west. They haven't mentioned is it clockwise or anti-clockwise. Why? Because we are going to take a complete turn, and in a complete turn it doesn't matter whether you are starting moving in anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction. You will obviously end at the same place, right? So total one revolution 360 degrees is of 4 right angles. Is this right? We see 1, 2, 3 and 4 right angles. Now let's see the last one. Here in the last one, we are going to start from south and turn to north. So turn to north, but they haven't mentioned whether we have to go clockwise or anti-clockwise. So again, you will notice one thing here, because we are taking, no matter whether we are taking clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, if we are reaching till north, we will see that we are taking 2 right angles. So I hope you are clear with this, that why they haven't mentioned clockwise or anti-clockwise in the last 2 questions. Though they have mentioned it in A and B part, but they haven't mentioned in C and D part, because in both these cases, no matter whether you are going from right direction, I mean from clockwise direction or from anti-clockwise direction, you will get the same answer in both the cases. Okay. Now let's look at this particular question. This is the last question here. Where will the hour hand of the clock stop if it starts from 6? So we are starting from 6 and turns to 1 right angle. Haven't mentioned you that you are going clockwise or anti-clockwise, but this is a clock. It will always move in the clockwise direction until and unless we are mentioned in the question that we have to move anti-clockwise. Is this clear? Right. So from 6, turn through 1 right angle. That means take 190 degree turn. So where will we land? We will land at 9. This is where we land after taking 90-degree angle in clockwise direction. And I hope why we are moving in clockwise direction, you know the answer. From 8, so starting from 8 and turn through 2 right angles. So one right angle will lead me to 11 and the other right angle will lead me to 2. So we are ending up at 2. Now the third one says that we are going to start from 10. So let me just erase this. Okay. So starting from 10, this is where we are going to start and turn through 3 right angles. So if I take one right angle, I'll be at 1. If I'll take another right angle, I'll be at 4. And if I take another right angle, I'll be at 7. Is this right? So you can also, if this is kind of a question that you are solving and you're not very sure that how you're going to take 3 right turns, so you can just draw these dotted lines because I'm sure you can locate the right angles clearly. Okay, so where are we stopping? We are stopping at 7. Okay, so this is how we have moved in this clock, that is clockwise direction. Now the last one is that we need to start. So from 7, here we are going to start from and turn through 2 straight angles. So we have to move through 2 straight angles, right? So here earlier we have solved in all the 3 questions. We were moving in the right angles. Now we are moving in the straight angle. Be very careful to read the question carefully. So if I take a complete straight angle, that is one straight angle, I will be standing facing 1. Why? Because this is one straight angle which measures 180 degrees. If I keep on moving in the clockwise direction and take another straight angle, where will I land? I will land at 7 again. So basically 2 straight angle is nothing else but one complete revolution of 360 degrees. I hope this is clear.